Well, next up, let's take you to our performance studios. In town for a couple shows and in support of their new album, Capacity, which we've been enjoying quite a bit here at KCRW. It is a pleasure to welcome Big Thief.
Time Thank you. Good morning, Eclectic.
somber countryside. The needle stopped the kicking, the clothespins on the floor, and my heart is playing hide and seek, waiting to count to four. Will you love me like you loved me, and I'll never ask for more. What did you tell me, Mary, when you were there, so sweet and very full of field and stars? You carried all of time. Oh, in heavens, when you looked at me, your eyes were like machinery, your hands were making artifacts in the corner of my mind. Monastery, monochrome, boom, balloon machine and all, diamond rings and butter bombs, marching up the mountain with our aching planet, high and smiling, cheap, drink, dark and violet, full of butterflies, the violent tenderness, the sweet asylum, the clay you find is fortified. We felt unfocused, fade the line, the sugar rush, the constant hush, the pushing of the water gush, the marching band when April ran, making bugs flying, push her off, she and Jacob with the tired, wiry brandy look. Here we go, I'm married in your famous storybook. We overcome the sirens. We look both left and right, and I can feel the numbness accompany my plight. And I know that someday soon I'll see you, but now you're out of sight, and you'll kiss me like you used to in the January night. What did you tell me, Mary, when you were there, so sweet and very full of field and stars? You carried all of time. Oh, in heavens, when you looked at me, your eyes were like machinery, your hands were making artifacts in the corner of my mind. Monastery, monochrome, boom, balloon machine and all, diamond rings and butter bombs, marching up the mountain with our aching planet, high and smiling, cheap, drink, dark and violet, full of butterflies, the violent tenderness, the sweet asylum, the clay you find is fortified. We felt unfocused, fade the line, the sugar rush, the constant hush, the pushing of the water gush, the marching band when April ran, making bugs fly and push her off. King Jacob with the tired, wiry brandy look. Here we go, I'm married in your famous storybook.
That's Big Thief live on KCRW. New album Capacity. If you missed their show this past weekend at FYF, they'll return to play the Bootleg here in Los Angeles on October 3rd. And good news, we've got tickets to give away in just a few minutes. Hello, Big Thief.
Hello.
How is everybody?
Not bad.
Yeah, thank you for coming through.
Thanks for having us.
So we have Adrianne Lenker, as well as Buck Meek on guitar. Hello, Buck. That's a great name for a guitarist.
Thank you.
Buck Meek. Also on bass, Max. Max, can you help me out with your last name, please?
Oleartchik.
Oleartchik. Okay. And James, you're going to have to help me out, too, with your last name.
Krivchenia.
Krivchenia. All right. Excellent. So I got to tell you, I first heard Masterpiece on KCRW. Our own Gary Calamar was playing the song. And for me, it was just automatic. I just had to get that song and play it. But I felt like I was a little late to the party. I think Gary was playing it for some time. And that was just last year. And then we have Capacity, another album, seemingly.
City.
What is it?
Kappa City.
Kappa City?
Kappa City.
Okay. Just shortly thereafter. So you guys are very prolific. Have you been holding on to these songs for a long time?
Not. I mean, we recorded them right as soon as we had them. As soon as we wrote them, we recorded them, because an opportunity came to go to our friend's studio for a month, and so in that sense, I feel like we released them relatively quickly. We wrote them, recorded them, got the whole record together, and released them. It doesn't feel like we've been holding on to them. It feels like we've let go of them pretty fast.
Mm. You know, most bands will put out a record and then tour for a good couple years on that album and not really have the time to write, let alone record new songs. What kind of opened the floodgates for you? Was it just that opportunity you mentioned, or you had a chance to really get in the studio?
Well, I really think that all these different veins of creativity really run on different tracks, like performing live and working on the live show, working on writing, and then recording. I feel like they're all three different art forms that we're always working on, and they just all take their own pace. And so even though we're now finally performing the songs on Capacity, a little delayed from the time that we were recording them and writing them, it still feels fresh and new, because we're working on playing them live, which is totally different than recording. And now it freed up space in the writing realm and the recording realm to focus on other things. And we really focus on those things as we're on the road. Like, we don't need to be sitting in a studio or have the perfect environment to work on writing or to work on thinking about recording. We think about recording when we're not recording, and think about sculpting records, because it really feels like sculpture, and it's a natural pace to take after you finish a painting, to start working on the next painting.
Mm. In terms of those three tracks of your work, can you rank them in terms of where you feel strongest or kind of proudest of your work in each area?
No.
Yeah. Well, like all great art, your music, for me, just has this invisible power. It's like a tractor beam from Star Trek. Is that from Star Trek? Is that a real thing, a tractor beam?
That's real.
It's real?
I'm imagining a tractor with a big, bright headlight. Is it something else?
All I'm trying to say is it's captivating. It's really special, and we love it. I've been playing several songs from the new record, and I think you're going to play a new song. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that something you haven't recorded yet, or?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Excellent. And then you're going to play Mythological Beauty, which we love. We love that one.
There's one sandwiched in between.
Good stuff. All right. Well, thank you for taking the time. Come down here, KCRW. And I know you also played Gary's. I want to credit Gary Kellermar, since I first heard your music on his show, but you played his weekend series, the Mimosa music series. Yeah.
Gary was sweet. Yeah, we just met Gary. We played at these morning shows y'all have us doing.
That's right. That's right. Not all bands are built for that, but we're glad you made the time. Were the mimosas flowing at the Mimosa Music Series?
They must have been, but not for me.
You didn't partake. All right.
Coffee was good. The coffee was hot.
Yeah, the coffee was hot. Stage was well lit.
Well, we look forward to the show. You're coming back to play the bootleg October 3rd. In a few minutes, we're going to have tickets to give away, along with vinyl copies of the album Capacity?
Yeah, Capacity. You were right. I was just playing.
So we'll have that to give away in a few minutes as we head into their second set. For us, a pleasure to have live in studio, Big Thief.
Lotus flower suck the poison from my eye. The point is so heavy, it always takes a while to set in. Whoa. Can hear her swinging door. The rain pours so heavy. The car is packed and warm to get in. Whoa. Receive you, try to remember.
That was a new one. This is a song that's off of our first record.
Whoa, the last time I saw Paul, it was horrible and I almost let him in. But I stopped and caught the wall, and my mouth got dry, so all I did was take him for a spin. Yeah, we hopped inside my car, and I drove in circles round the freight train yard. Then he turned the headlights off, then he pulled the bottle out, then he showed me what is love. I'll be your morning bright, good night shadow machine. I'll be your record player, baby, if you know what I mean. I'll be your real tough cookie with your whiskey breath. I'll be a killer and a thriller and the cause of our death. In the blossom of the months, I was sure that I'd get driven off with thought. So I swallowed all of it as I realized there was no one. I'll be your morning bright, good night shadow machine. I'll be your record player, baby, if you know what I mean. I'll be your real tough cookie with the whiskey breath. I'll be a killer and a thriller and the cause of our death. Well, Paul, I know you said that you'd take me anyway that came or went, but I'll push you from my brain. See, you're gentle, baby. I couldn't say I'd only bring you pain. on the cusp of a breath, and I've been burning for you, baby, since the minute I left.
Now, the maneuver. I'm gonna tune my guitar for all you folks listening out there. Hello. This is my first time live on the air, and guitar tuning still has to happen, so that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe Buck, will you bless us with a song?
Sure. In a tailspin with the mistress of the blacktop, Drew, my God, who'd you fool to borrow this race car? I can't get it to start again. There's a pigeon in the fan. Would you lend me a hand? We'll push it up to the Shamrock and have Joe take a look. They call him Joe by the book, and I trust him. He fixed my grandma's Cadillac. She threw 2 rods. He didn't even charge her for the block. He'd accidentally ordered 2 back in '95. Ain't much to modify. The engine mounts and manifold, got the parts in the yard. Even lent her a car. Would you yank the wheel real hard? Dang it, Drew, you should get paid to waste my time. You're the professor of a nickel and dime. I'll see you tomorrow. Say hey to the girls. Would you bring me that shirt I lent you?
Mythological beauty, you have the eye of someone I have seen outside of ordinary situations, even outside of dreams. You lie in bed at night and watch the lines of headlights through your screen. There is a child inside you who's trying to raise a child in me. If you leave, you just have to say you're all caught up inside, but you know the way. Cut the flesh of your left thumb using your boyfriend's knife. 17, you took his cum, and you gave birth to your first life. You gave Andrew a family who you thought would love and take better care. I have an older brother, I don't know, he could be anywhere. If you wanna leave, you just have to say you're all caught up inside, but you know the way. You're all caught up inside, but you know the way. Painted a house in his swan in his soda, shrapnel with oil cans, rhubarb in the yard. I built a ladder out of metal pieces. Father was working hard, standing beneath the oak tree by the front door. You were inside baking